What's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 369. Gotta say, very fucking impressed. You know, Usopp got a Spider-Man on and crawled all the way along the side, got to Nico Robin's window, and tapped on, and Nico Robin's like, "Mr. Longnose," and it's just like, dude, like, you got screwed in character design. Okay, I'm gonna tell a dirty joke, so I apologize to my female viewers. I can't help it though. He got screwed, man. He got a long nose, which means he's probably coming up a little short somewhere else, okay? So, I mean, and again, it's a dirty joke, can't help it, but I thought that was pretty interesting because this is the thing, okay? And not the long nose, little somewhere else. Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the layout where you have the Kung Fu CP7 guy, and then you have Nero in the cart right before that, and then you have CP9 right there. And I'm thinking, okay, more than likely what's going to happen is Sanji's going to fight the cook. Got that part right. And I was like, okay, the cyborg Franky's probably going to end up fighting the next guy. Okay, CP9, Franky's pretty fucking OP. And then I said, well, what the fuck? How the fuck is Usopp going to end up fighting all of those guys? So I'm like, well, maybe Usopp will fight him, and then Franky will fight CP9. And I'm going, that's not right. And maybe I was like, maybe they'll go on like a team up and everything. But Sanji's saying a little, I wouldn't say over his head, because he managed to kick the guy 12 times without him even noticing. And he's even patronizing him a little bit, saying, you're not as good as you think you are. But I was like, what are they going to do with the CP9? And if you look at it, even Rob Lucci, when he's getting the situation, he's like, look, we don't need anybody to guard Nico Robin. If they even get to us, they're dead anyway. We just need to focus on capturing Franky, which means Usopp's probably the one that they would say we can kill him. Sanji by extension too. So I like the fact that Usopp used his brain, and it was very telling that something was going to happen with Usopp, because when Franky got on there, and you have like the Nero, this new guy for CP9, this killer, this honorable killer. The fact that he's on there by himself and on top of the train, and you don't see Usopp, it's like, okay, something's going on with Usopp. And I like how even Franky's like, yeah, I guess you do have to kind of keep your guard up. And that was really, really, really interesting, man. I can't think of which anime trope this is. It's a shonen trope, but, you know, Franky's fitting it to a T. And that's part of the other reason why, like, I'm looking at him and I'm going, he's probably going to join the crew, because you always got this block-headed, muscle-head guy somewhere on your team. There's always one like that, okay? And it's, I don't know, again, and I might be reaching on that one. Again, it's like I want to say it, but, you know, Oda's kind of guided me on a few things. But I like just the whole setup of the train. It's, again, every section, it's like they're running a gauntlet. And with Sanji's fight, I'm thinking Sanji, there's going to be a cook-off. And it's not necessarily a cook-off. The guy is basically playing with his food, as Sanji says. You know, he's got, like, ramen skates with flames on them. He's shooting out, like, these long spears of ramen that are super sharp. And he shoots those when Usopp and Franky try to go through the next door. And it might have ended up paying off for him, because they could have gone in there and Nero wouldn't have been on there. And they could have just gone straight to CP9 and they would have had a better chance of fighting. So I thought that was pretty cool. I also like the fact that, you know, nobody can hit this guy at first. And I was really fucking excited, because I thought for sure Franky was going to be stepping in. I was like, oh shit, I'm wrong. Okay, it's not going to be Sanji. It's going to be Franky taking lead. And knowing that, you know, he's got the weakness in his back, because when he rebuilt himself as a cyborg, he couldn't work on his back, which I think that's Oda. And he did a better job with this. I got to wait and see how the anime does it, because I can't say he did a better job, because Akira Toriyama did the cyborg stuff first. And with that, it was bio whatever. I can't think of what it is, but basically, you know, you had cyborgs, and the dub ended up calling them androids, and there's this big misconception. Androids are full machine, cyborgs are just humans with artificial enhancements, and that's what Franky is. So the reason why I said I'm going to be very interested to see where this is going, because by the time that this was made into an anime, I could definitely see one of the dub companies, because Funimation would have gotten this, oh shit, maybe, I don't know, maybe 2009, and maybe if by 2009, it's either 9 or 10, somewhere around there. So maybe maybe by that time Funimation would have gotten on this shit, but if this was early Funimation, they would have called them androids, okay? A lot of dub changes. So I'm going to stop knocking them on that and get back on this. But I thought that maybe we would see Franky fight, and I was excited for that because Franky reminds me of Luke Cage from Marvel, okay? I know a lot of you guys don't really know a lot about comics. Basically, Luke Cage, bulletproof skin, can't shit hurt this dude for the most part. He does bleed if he takes a certain amount of damage, but the guy can take fucking nukes and shit. Like, this dude is literally one of the strongest guys in the Marvel universe, okay? Like, he's probably, I would say he is the most durable, okay? This dude is a fucking monster. Like, whatever Hulk is, he's right there with him. So I like the fact that we got a character like that with Luffy. Obviously, he's not as strong. Luffy, I think, would have whooped his ass sooner or later. But he's definitely, if he joins the crew, he's definitely going to be an asset. So I like the fact that Sanji takes in, goes in, the guy's missing all these kicks, and he's like, oh my god, that startled me. And you can tell he's just fucking trolling. Like, he's trolling. And I wonder if in the back of Sanji's mind, if he's going, if I ever had to fight Luffy, good god, if I ever had to fight Luffy, Luffy would be doing some shit like this. Like, that was really cool. Just to see the contrast with Sanji's pretty calm. And then you got this big troll. And after, you know, Sanji figures him out, like I said, he lands those 12 kicks on him. So it looks like Sanji's going to be wrapping up his fight relatively soon. And I could definitely see Sanji saying some shit like, that's why you don't play with your food. You eat your food. I can see Sanji saying some corny shit like that. And I mean corny in a good way. But I can see Sanji doing that. Because this guy's encased in this big ramen suit. You know, like arms and all this shit. So overall, once again, a wacky chapter. A good chapter though nonetheless. My chapter question for you all is going to be, I'll keep this one wacky as well. Do you fucking play with your food? Now, that'd be pretty interesting to read how many of you guys play with food. And if you're like me, you just eat the food, but you know, fuck it. You know, how many of you guys play with the food, get the food characters and shit. So, as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share. As always, thank you for watching Kryptonian Saiyan. Have an awesome day, people.